Greetings all you movie junkies and entertainment lovers, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the recent complete series Blu-ray collection of The Outer Limits. Yes, so this is the Region 2 Blu-ray collection, complete original series of The Outer Limits on Blu-ray. This was just put out recently by Mediumrare Entertainment, which is a company based here in Region B land. And this is something that I would have done. I was originally going to do this video a little bit earlier, because this actually has been out for a little while now, but I wanted to watch at least a little bit of the shows just to see just how good the quality on the discs were, and I have to say I'm actually very pleased with the overall, just quality-wise, the look of it. As you guys probably know, especially if you watched my recent collection overview video, I am a big horror anthology fan. I love my, anthology shows, and one of my all-time favorites is The Twilight Zone. Yes, and Mediumrare put out this complete series Blu-ray collection a couple of years ago. This is probably like the best thing that they've put out. This is a really nice Blu-ray collection, packed with special features. The packaging and everything is great. So as soon as I saw that they were putting out The Outer Limits, I was like, well, I've got to get it. So here it is. So this is just going to be kind of my little review of the set, just kind of giving my thoughts on it. And I was really hoping that they were going to put this out, and I kept hoping and praying that was going to happen. And then when I saw the listing, I couldn't believe that they were actually going to put it out, because this is kind of really, when it comes to my collection of horror anthology shows, this is one of, like, I would say one of the major ones that has been missing that I've been wanting to get a good collection of for a while, but I've been waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray. So I have a couple of positive and negatives about this. For the most part, I am really happy with this. We'll start with the negatives first, because unfortunately, I have to say, the first thing that, and this is not going to really surprise many people, the first thing that I'm really not that impressed with, I have to say, is the packaging. The artwork itself is very nice. If you take a look, it's basically, as you can see, it's a little bit different from the Twilight Zone one. The whole thing just comes in one giant case here. But you might notice that even though it's Blu-ray, it's actually a DVD sized case, which from a collector standpoint is really annoying, because of course obviously we're always trying to save on shelf space, but in a way, even though it's slightly taller, it's not quite as thick on the side, so I guess it kind of evens out. But I don't know, I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of this giant sort of keep case thing. And then if we open it up, there's not really much to see on the inside here. I normally would do a much better, closer look at the packaging, like if you guys watched my Incredible Hulk thing, but there's not really much to see here. All the discs, you've got about like 2 discs stacked on one hub for most of these. They're all the same. It's all the same artwork, so it's not really too much to see on the outside, or the inside, excuse me. Still, pretty kind of disappointing, to be honest. I would have much rather each season kind of have its own kind of case. But I also forgot to mention while I was filming this review that on the inside of the sleeve, it does actually have the listings of all of the episodes and what discs they're on as well. So yeah. It doesn't really list the special features or what commentaries are on which disc, which is unfortunate, but it's nice to at least have the episode guide in there if you're looking for a specific episode. But yeah, I guess, this is kind of become a bit of a bigger problem, I think, in recent years with Blu-ray releases. It seems that a lot of these companies like Mediumrare are kind of switching to a lot of the cheaper options, the cheaper manufacturing options and stuff. So I guess this was just the best option for them. So unfortunately, not too impressed with the packaging, gotta be honest. Not too impressed. This case is, well, this isn't too flimsy, this the sort of the outer sleeve case, but, and again, the design is fine, but yeah, the case itself is not the best case. And I mean, I paid the same amount, the same price for this as I did for the Twilight Zone collection, and yet that has a better case. So it's, in contrast, it's like when you compare it to the Twilight Zone one, it's disappointing. But again, that's really honestly my only negative here, because other than that, all of the on-disc contents, which if you're like me and you're a real collector, like that, I mean, this is the reason why we get this stuff. The on-disc contents is what you come for, and as long as you're careful, as long as you're careful with the set, you're gonna be fine. And the actual on-disc contents themselves is great. The menus are great. The quality of the show looks fantastic. It is in absolutely fantastic quality. Pretty much, I would say, on par with the Twilight Zone, which I'm really happy about. Now, of course, it does have quite a lot of special features. You've got a number of audio commentaries on here. You've got a number of featurettes and interviews and old TV spots and just a bunch of stuff. Not quite, it doesn't seem to have quite just the insane amount of special features that are on the Twilight Zone set, which there's so many to the point where I don't think I've even actually gone through all of them yet. There's just the Twilight Zone one is like the king of special features on Blu-ray. Like I don't think I own any other Blu-ray set that has just as many special features and extras as that one. But this one comes pretty close. If you look on the back here, you can see that in the little box they kind of listed it on the back, and you've got quite a nice little kind of blurb about the show and everything. Of course, and it's got the infamous saying, "Do not attempt to adjust the picture, we are controlling the transmission," which of course is the iconic phrase that this series is known for. So yeah, Mediumrare, I've been a bit of a mixed bag for me. They put out some really great stuff like the Twilight Zone set. They put out the Sequest Complete Series DVD collection a few years ago, which I did have, which was missing a few episodes. They put out some other sets that have been missing a few episodes. They put out some Blu-rays that haven't been so great. But for the most part, I think they are one of the better boutique labels working in Region B land currently. They have actually been, for the most part, been putting out some pretty great stuff, and I feel like they have been getting better, especially in the last couple of years. And overall, I am happy with this collection. I think that if you are a fan, if you're like me and you're a horror anthology fanatic, this is worth picking up. Again, packaging not so great, but again, the on-disc stuff is the reason you want to get it. And again, as long as you're careful, you'll be okay. But I am really pleased with this, because I've never really watched this series that much before. I kind of actually had first watched the revival series of this, which actually I believe ran quite a bit longer. Yeah, quite a bit longer than this, about 7 seasons or so. And this is really technically only about 2 or 3, I believe. Yeah, so it's, but still, so for me, it's just been great to kind of, not only just get this collection, but also just be able to watch the series, because I've only really seen bits and pieces of it before, and I'm more familiar with the revival series that came later. So this is very good. This is, as to whether or not this is better than the Twilight Zone, that's for the individual person to decide. But let me know in the comments below, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the Twilight Zone series, or do you prefer the Outer Limits? Let me know which series you prefer. In terms of both of these collections, though, obviously I think they did a better collection with the Twilight Zone complete series. But this complete series set is pretty nice. It's a pretty nice set. I like it. Again, wished it would have had better packaging, but it's not to the point where I can't recommend it. I would still recommend getting this if you're a fan of the series, or just a fan of anthology shows in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to do a quick kind of review and just kind of show off the Outer Limits collection, so be sure to get it. I have just recently pre-ordered another release from Mediumrare, entertainment, so probably going to be doing a video about that pretty soon. So yeah, so until next time, be sure to consume as much entertainment as humanly possible, and I will see you in the next video.